Hey guys, Cody back for another video. Today I've got a fantastic one for you. I've got my Arnold Schwarzenegger DVD collection. And man, I have most of his movies. Like, I have a lot. I have a ton. So, take a seat, get a rest, enjoy the ride. Alright, let's go. Yeah! Alright then, starting off with the first two. We got Conan the Complete Quest, Arnold Schwarzenegger classics. We got Conan the Barbarian from 1982, and Conan the Destroyer from 1984. Friggin' fantastic movies, and especially if you're a Conan fan like I am, I have a ton of the Savage Sword of Conan magazines as well, the adult comic magazine. So if you want to see that collection, check it out in my comics playlist. Anyways, yeah. I love these movies. The first one is a bit better than the second one, but the second one is really good too. But if you're going to watch one of them, I would say watch the first one, Conan the Barbarian. Friggin' fantastic movies. It's both movies on a double-sided disc, one on each side. I hate double-sided disc, but you know, what can you do? So yeah, that's that one. These are in no particular order, by the way. It's just the order I took them off the shelf. So, yeah, there's plenty more where that came from, so let's keep going. Now, from 1985, we've got a friggin' amazing movie. We've got Commando, again, from 1985, like I said. I love this movie to death. It has a very young Alyssa Milano in it as well. See right there, as his daughter. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, man. Love that movie. Such a good action movie. You gotta remember, I'm a huge action movie fan. That's my favorite genre of movie, is old school action movies, like 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s. That's the best stuff, man. But yep, another cool one. That's Commando. Friggin' fantastic. I love that movie to death. Next up, from 1986, we've got Raw Deal. One of his lesser known movies. And to be fair, it's for good reason. It's alright, but it's not as nearly as good as a lot of the movies he's known for. But to be fair, he doesn't have too much bad movies out there anyways, and I wouldn't call it a bad movie. It's just not as good as a lot of his other stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah, pretty cool. 1986. Like a gangster type movie. Really cool. I dig it. I watched it once, and that's probably enough for me, but, you know, whatever. It's cool. I could watch it again, I suppose. But yeah, Raw Deal, pretty cool. I have almost all his movies from the 80s and 90s and 2000s. I have almost all of them. Next up, we have back to the classics now. We've got a real classic, but it's an underrated one, from 1987, and it is The Running Man. Jesse the Body Ventura, the wrestler, is also in this as well. But yeah, The Running Man, based on a Stephen King book, I believe. But yeah. Yeah, see, based on the novel The Running Man by Richard Bachman, which was Stephen King's early alias, or whatever you call it, I forget what you call it, but, you know, the alternate name they use as an author sometimes. But yeah, really cool one, like a futuristic one, kind of like Total Recall, but it's like a game show, where you're fighting the prize is your life, pretty much. Yeah, freaking awesome. It's a 2-disc set. I love it. I dig it. If you haven't seen The Running Man, I definitely would check it out if I were you. It is phenomenal. Great Schwarzenegger movie. And next up, another one of his lesser-known ones, and again, for pretty good reason. You know, it's alright. It's basically in the same category as Raw Deal. It's not as good, but anyways, it's from 1988, and it is Red Heat. It's got Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jim Belushi. A Russian cop and a American cop have to team up, and yeah, it's pretty cool. It's good. It's just not as good as you know, the stuff he's really known for. But yeah, another cool one. I dig it. Yep. Oh, these goddamn double-sided discs. I hate them. Hate them, man. Hate double-sided discs so much. But yeah, it's a cool one. But yeah, Red Heat. That's an interesting one for sure. Next up, back to the classics again. We've got from 1993. We've got, remember, these are in no particular order, so I've got tons more. From 1993, we've got Last Action Hero, which I also have the Game Boy game for as well, which is apparently worth a bit of money, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, The Last Action Hero. Pretty cool one. Basically, he's an action hero, and he finds out that his life is just a movie. And the kid, and yeah, pretty cool. It's a good movie. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It's great. But yeah, I dig it. Yep. Another double-sided disc. Hate these things, man. They were a lot more common with the older DVDs, the real old DVDs too, like from the 90s. Ugh. Because instead of putting the widescreen and full screen on the same side of the damn disc, for some reason a lot of people like putting it on one on either side, and it's a real pain in the ass. But anyways, yeah, another cool one, Last Action Hero. Next up, we have from 1994, we have True Lies. Again, classic movie, a really great movie, and a very sexy scene with Jamie Lee Curtis too. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I dig it. This one's got, I believe this one got yeah, Tom Arnold. It's got Tom Arnold as his partner. So that's pretty cool. Great stuff, man. Anyways, let's look inside. See, there's a good picture of Jamie Lee Curtis and Arnold Schwarzenegger together. And there's a good disc, a single-sided disc. Gotta love that. Oh, yeah. Great movie. Definitely check out True Lies if you haven't seen it already. And if you haven't, where have you been living, man? You been under a rock or something? Anyways, check it out. It's freaking phenomenal. Next up, keeping with the 90s movies, we've got from 1996, we have Eraser. Another great movie. I love this one. It's also got James Caan, who's been in a ton of movies, like the Godfather movies and Elf and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Again, 1996, like I said. It's also got Vanessa Williams. And this one's another double-sided disc. But yeah, big thrills and big laughs. You'll have a blast. Great stuff. Gotta love it. So this one's in a snap case, as you can see. It's not like in a normal DVD case. So this, a lot of older DVDs came in these snap cases where it's cardboard here, and then it's got plastic. Yeah, pretty cool though. I dig it. Next up, we've got another sci-fi kind of classic with Arnold Schwarzenegger. We've got from 2000, the year 2000, we've got The Sixth Day. And it's basically about him being a clone. And, you know, it's complicated, but it's good. It's really good. Love these movies to death. They're great. Columbia Pictures, gotta love it. Friggin' great. Oh yeah, here's a look at the action shots if you want to see that. Yeah. Pretty cool. It's a another 2-disc set. It's good stuff. I love it. One of his last truly great movies, you know, in my opinion. Like after this, there was some good movies, but most of his movies after this were just kind of not as good as a lot of the other ones. But don't worry, we've got more older ones. We've got plenty more older ones to go. And I know you're thinking, where's the Terminator movies? Trust me, they're coming. Next up, we've got we've got the Arnold Schwarzenegger Comedy Favorites Collection, which has Twins from 1988, Kindergarten Cop from 1990, and Junior from 1994. And yes, Junior is the one where Arnold Schwarzenegger gets pregnant. Yeah, it's interesting to say the least. God, it's screwed up. But yep. Twins, I love Twins. Twins is a phenomenal movie. I love it. Kindergarten Cop is another pretty good one. And Junior, it's not a bad movie, but it's a really weird movie. You know what I mean? But yeah, pretty cool stuff. And here are the discs. We've got a double-sided disc with Twins and I believe Kindergarten Cop. And then the the second disc is just Junior. Great stuff. I dig it. But yeah, Twins. You should definitely check out Twins. That's a great movie. Now back to action. Next up, we're going back to the 80s again now. We've got, from 1987, we've got Predator. Great frickin' movie. And again, this one has Jesse the Body Ventura in it as well. You know, the wrestler and wrestling commentator. But yeah, he was pretty great. I ain't got time to bleed. Yeah, freaking love Jesse the Body Ventura. Come on, McMahon! Yep. Like I said, 1987. It's also got Carl Weathers in it. The guy from, Apollo Creed from the Rocky movies. Ah, come on now, open up. Here's the disc. Pretty cool stuff. I dig it. But yeah, that's a cool cover too, actually. Predator. Pretty great. Now we're getting into the Terminator movies. Starting, of course, from the first one, from 1984, we've got The Terminator. And honestly, when it comes to the Terminator movies, the first two are by far the best. I know, and the sad thing about the first one is it always gets overshadowed by the second one. But the first one is every bit as good as the second one. It's just because, I don't know why, it's just the second one's really, really popular with people, and yeah, like I said, the first one gets overshadowed because of how popular the second one is. But this was the first Terminator movie I seen, was the first one, and my God, I wish Michael Biehn wouldn't have died in this one, but to be fair, it wouldn't have been as powerful of a movie if he didn't. That's that guy, Kyle Reese. Come with me if you want to live. But he said it before Arnold Schwarzenegger said it in the second one. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. The Terminator. Friggin' phenomenal movie. Oh my God, I love this movie to death. And I'm just saying, when Kyle Reese dies at the end of this movie, I cry every time. I'm not gonna lie, I cry every time. I'll admit it. But yeah, I love this movie to death. If you haven't seen it, what are you doing with your life? Check it out, please. Oh, and by the way, I also have a lenticular slip cover for it too. Pretty cool. I just took it off so it'd be easier to go through the DVD for this review, or this video, whatever you want to call it. But anyways, yeah, moving on. We had Terminator 1, you gotta have Terminator 2, and of course this one is in a double pack with Total Recall. So Total Recall is from 1990, and Terminator 2 is from 1991. And again, oh my God, these are like cream of the crop type of stuff. Like, these movies are phenomenal. Total Recall, oh my God. It's like one of my favorite movies of all time. Total Recall is amazing. I love Total Recall. One of my favorite Schwarzenegger movies ever. But yeah, pretty great stuff. It's Total Recall is actually by Paul Verhoeven, the same guy who did the first RoboCop movie. So that's pretty cool. I dig that. But yeah, Total Recall and Terminator 2 Judgment Day. That's when Arnold turns into the good Terminator. In the first one, he was the bad guy. But yeah, here's the DVDs. We got T2. Gotta love that. And we've got Total Recall. I also have the NES game for this as well, for Total Recall. I want to get the Terminator 2 NES game as well. Nintendo Entertainment System. Great stuff. But yeah, moving on. Let's move on to the next one. Now, this one I didn't like quite as much, but it's not bad. It's just not that good either. But anyways, it's from 2003, and unless you didn't guess, it's Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. But yeah, 2003, like I said, this one actually has a female Terminator in it. And I don't know, it just doesn't hit as hard as the first two movies, man. The first two movies were fantastic. The third one and every other one afterwards were just a letdown for me. Well, I've also seen Salvation and um, Genesis as well, but I haven't seen Dark Fate, so I can't say anything about that one. But that one looks pretty good. I want to see that one. But yeah, this is a cool one. Um, shit. Give me a sec. Okay, but yeah, it's got a booklet, and as you can see, it's a 2-disc set again. This is the full screen version, sadly. I mean, you know what? I don't really care if it's full screen or widescreen, but one thing that's bad about this one, if you can see it, there's a chip, like a piece of the middle, the ring in the middle that's chipped out. So I kind of want to get a replacement disc for that. But all in due time, I suppose. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. Friggin' phenomenal. I love it. And we're getting down to the last two now, guys. Now this next one I'm honestly not a huge fan of. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess. And it's from 2001, and it is Collateral Damage. Like, it's an alright movie, but I don't know, it's just not my kind of movie, you know? It's just not that good, you know? But yeah, pretty cool, I guess. There's not really any Arnold Schwarzenegger movies that I just don't like in general. Like, I pretty much love all of them, but, you know, obviously a lot of them are better than some of the other ones. But, you know, Collateral Damage, another snap case, Warner Brothers. This one's got a single-sided disc, thank God. But yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Pretty cool. Oh, and by the way, if you want to see Arnold Schwarzenegger beat up the wrestler Triple H on SmackDown, go check out my YouTube Shorts. It's in my YouTube Shorts. So check that out. Yeah. Collateral Damage. Moving on to the last one. And this one he doesn't actually star in. He's a co-star, but, you know, he's not the main star. He's a villain, actually. And anyways, it's in this 2-pack. It's Batman and Robin. See Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he's Mr. Freeze. Yeah. It was an interesting movie. You know, it was corny as fuck. This movie was super, super corny. But for some reason, I still really enjoy it. You know, like, it's legitimately bad, but at the same time, it's like one of those movies that's so bad it's good. You know what I mean? Like, it's actually, like, I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. Not to mention, I just love the Tim Burton Batman movies, all 4 of them. They're all great. I love them. First 3 are way better than the last one, though. But yeah, that's that one, and sadly, this is a double-sided disc. So yeah, that's that. And yeah, guys, that pretty much does it for today. So remember, if you like my content, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It helped me greatly. Appreciate all of you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah! Yeah!